Hello, good friends, and all our faithful followers that we have earned from the first podcast. I'm Ian McNeil, and with me is Brendan Ronahan.
Hello.
Hey, our friend Dylan, the fan favorite, could not be here due to the fact that he was so tormented about the news of today's episode that he couldn't take it.
He cried a lot.
Yes, he cried a lot, and
It even made me sad. Like,
yes.
him crying, just that alone could make me sad.
Yes, but the information's even
Worse.
It's like
I don't
really.
know. We have to be pretty brave to be here. It
Anyway,
just took a lot of stuff.
so at the end of our last episode, we concluded that Nathan isn't real because he's just basically the Jewish version of Santa Claus. So So it turns out that Nathan actually was real, and we weren't just hallucinating. And it turns out I can't even say it, Brendan.
He died in Israel after a bombing.
Yes, just last week, my friend, Nathan was reported dead due to a bombing in Israel.
He died with his video games.
Yes, he brought his video games out to Israel, and he thought that, you know what, maybe I'll get some time in there, but there was no time because his time's up forever in life.
He died. We have a special episode today about remembering Nathan and all the good things about Nathan.
Yeah, this is going to be basically an episode that's reminiscing on our good friend who we weren't sure existed, but we had good memories with nonetheless.
Nathan.
And well, right now I need to contain myself, so I'm gonna have Brendan start off with the first story, and then I'll pick up from there. Is that all right, Brendan?
Yeah, that's fine, Ian. I remember when I was 2, Nathan was 80, and he was very old, and he said, "When you grow up, please don't be like me, 'cause your life will suck." And I said, "Okay, mister." And it's the best advice I ever had gotten in my whole life. And I really miss Nathan a lot. I'm gonna cry.
Okay, Brendan. It's all right, Brendan. I'm there with you. All right. So anyway, my story is about Nathan. And one time we went to Japan. And in Japan, there was a lizard. And then we started licking the lizard. And the lizard. And the lizard stopped. That was the worst part of Nathan. Here, come on, man. We need to find the power source for this laptop so that we can finish the podcast, even though it's getting kind of emotional. And I really miss my Uncle Frank a lot.
Him too.
Oh wait, that was actually the one that went to Japan. Sorry, but
okay.
This one time Nathan and me were on a river raft, and then he fell off and died, and then he lived, and then he died in Israel. So that was a pretty brutal week.
Yeah,
because it happened last night. Well, sorry that I kind of had to lose my emotion there. Kind of broke down a bit.
Composure just collapsed.
But you can see what my emotion and how this has really affected me and Brendan both.
And Dylan can't even be here.
Yes, he can't even be here because he spent all night crying and hanging himself in his bathroom.
We sent some Israeli mercenaries to pick up Nathan's games. I think he'd be pretty proud of us.
Yeah, we got the games down in the basement next to Nathan's Hente collection, and I think Dylan's body's down there too now.
Dylan is just down there crying.
I don't know, he's dead too.
Oh yeah.
I didn't care about him too much. But,
just throw him in the coffin. Replace, since there's no coffin, Nathan's coffin down there, we just threw him in. He died.
Coffinception.
Yep.
Alright, well, those were our stories about Nathan, but
There-
before we
yeah.
sign off in this podcast, because it would be really short, we got to pad it out anyway. Before we sign off, we had brought this special guest in. It was someone that was even closer to Nathan in real life than we were, and
Dylan.
I think it was
even closer
someone
than
that
Dylan.
actually had like a 75% certainty that he actually existed in real life, and that person is Nathan's little brother Matthew, and we have Matthew here on the show tonight, and he is going to tell us about one of his favorite stories with his friend Nathan. And all right, so
Is
come
this,
on,
is
all
this,
right,
is
here's
this when
Matthew.
I talk about proving grounds
No,
and
that,
Tony Hawk's Skate, where I pulled off this awesome trick where I jumped off a building, did 900, and then I bailed, and my
That's
guy
at-
had to go to the
that's at your
hospital.
next ACA meeting.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, since Nathan's been dead,
ACA.
I've been rich.
By the way, and if you don't know, ACA stands for Annoying Cocksuckers Anonymous. So yeah, he's had a lot of issues and he's working it out, and we really need to support Matthew here on the show tonight.
I've been abused with many assets and items by my brother.
What?
You said
Yeah.
what? I thought you
Yeah.
said you were rich.
Well, I am rich, but before he died, I was abused.
That's not Nathan. That's not
Th-
true.
no,
He
no,
wouldn't
that-
do
that-
Alright,
that's
tell
very
us about
true.
one of those stories about his abuse and then...
Okay, one time I was on the computer, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just recording myself. I was just recording myself in my Beyblades. Then he came over and he's like, Matthew, I'm gonna beat you with my dick, and then he did.
No,
It's true.
not Nathan.
But the webcam like recorded it
That
all.
explains the video on YouPorn of him beating you with the dick. I think you left your web camera on.
Oh, it's on YouPorn too. I thought it was on RedTube.
Well, it's all over the internet, along with the kid that shoves the remote up his ass.
Ah,
And the
it went
faggot that does
viral.
the America's Funniest Home Videos thing on YouTube.
Oh,
And anyway,
Nathan was.
is that all true?
Yes, that's all true. Besides that, Nathan was a great person.
Wait, no, he abused you.
Yeah. Besides that, he was he was also
But
poor
that's illegal.
and didn't have a job. But besides not having a job and abusing, well, he was also fat and didn't do anything. So besides being fat, not having a job and abusing me, he was a great person. Oh wait, and he didn't have that much of a social life. So besides all that, he had
He
a
yelled
really
at
good life.
me once.
My God,
Brendan.
Nathan fucking sucked.
Yeah.
All right, let's dedicate the rest of the show to things that bugged us about Nathan. All right, Matthew, you go first. I hate Nathan.
I hate Nathan for many reasons, and he always ate all my Pop-Tarts. My name was always on those Pop-Tarts, and Mom always put my name on the Pop-Tarts, and he always ate those Pop-Tarts. Mine were strawberry, his was chocolate. He knew his was chocolate, but he always ate my strawberries.
Okay, I have a similar story, but one that's completely different. And this story is about once I was organizing my socks, because I do that a lot, and then Nathan wanted me to play Super Smash Friends on the Nintendo Dick.
I don't
Indeed.
think that's right.
Well, it's close enough. It's the Nintendo Wii-ness or something. And anyway, what he was doing, he got really pissed at me, and he started yelling. And he's like, "Yeah, give me the fucking Wii remote!" And I didn't even have the Wii remote, so I don't know what he was all talking about. But anyway, what he did, he came over to where I was talking. He took out my sock drawer, and he shoved the entire drawer up my ass.
What? That's horrible.
All up your anus?
All up my anus, and through Mars and Venus and Jupiter.
Cry.
Whoa.
Which are my 3 testicles. After Nathan donated one of his testicles to me to get through
His AIDS
lung
and
cancer.
like the testicles that he played basketball with.
Yeah.
Remember when he flung himself at the hoops? He didn't fly because he was too fat.
So
Yeah,
devastated.
it's kind of hard to
But he had
play.
stretchy balls, so it was all great.
What?
No, I think you're thinking of Dylan Coughlin.
Oh yeah, Coughlin. He moved to Toronto a few days ago.
Toronto. It's like a chronic Toronto.
Chronic Toronto.
All right,
Chronic lung
Brendan.
cancer.
Now
Yeah.
you tell us something that bugs you about Nathan.
One time, Nathan was sitting in his house, and I was robbing his house. And he's like, "Hey, why the F are you robbing my house?" And I said, "Don't swear at me." So then he comes up and tries to hit me. And so I pick up his Nintendo Entertainment System that I'm stealing, and I crack him one, and it breaks. So I said, "You're paying for that." And he said, "No, you're stealing that." So then I pulled out my revolver and shot him in the gut. And he was all cheesy about that, and he tried to hit me, and then he called the cops. So then he got arrested for assaulting me.
Oh yeah, I remember that night. I was up in my room watching Zack and Cody.
Yeah, and so he was just being really rude, and I was just trying to take, some stuff, and
Oh, I understand. He's poor already, so it doesn't matter if he steals
I
from poor
know.
people.
Get out of here, freaking Matthew. This isn't about you anymore. What's Zach and Cody? I hate the Olsen twins.
This was my show.
This is not your show. Zach and Cody sucks. The Olsen twins can suck my dick.
No, Family Channel rocks.
I'm gonna kill you, just like I did your brother. I meant, hey,
Brendan, have you been bombing Israel again?
maybe.
Oh, Brendan.